I've dug myself into a hole. How am I going to get past this? My philosophy teacher used to say, if you are going to dig your own grave, make it shallow. But the truth is still that the future is pure potential. So even though I've spent almost 14 years doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, that's not to say that in the future the same thing is going to happen. Sure, it's not likely that I will find love, and I probably won't find many friends doing this, but if I never try, then I would never know, and at least now I know that I did everything within my capabilities to reach my goals. And I'm not searching for normal friends. So what do I expect? I'm searching for friends with huge hearts. And life is still beautiful. It's not like I have a bad life. Yes, it's slow, but there's nothing that annoys me about it besides it being slow. I may not have many friends, but at least I don't have friends that make me feel bad about myself. I'm not required to tolerate anyone. If someone annoys me, I just tell them to go away. Just because I experienced almost 14 years of loneliness does not mean that my next 14 years also have to be this way. I still might find friendship, and there's a very small chance that I will find love. Life would be so much easier if I just had friends that talked to me nearly every day. But it's hard because I'm trying not to attract negative people into my life. All of my physical needs in my life have been met, so I'm not suffering in this area in my life. I have everything that I need, and I'm really happy. I haven't been in this position really ever in my life, so having everything I need or even want and being fed daily, which is a big thing because for a while I wasn't. My life is like a choose your own adventure book, and every day it's like, what videos am I going to make? Let's choose how I spend my day. I can choose to spend it focusing on the negative areas in my life that I have no control over, or I can focus on what is beautiful about my life. And I really do live a beautiful life because I get to philosophically think out my problems on a day-to-day basis. People wonder how I turned out how I did. It was the camera that enabled me to reach my potential. I generally speak to no one in day-to-day life, so the camera helped me talk out my problems and analyze my problems and see what I could do to resolve my problems. And that's the thing that's so good about me, is that I am already doing everything that I can to resolve my problems. My problems just rely on other people to step up. But that's okay, because I can't do anything about that. I can only hope that my personality attracts you to my day-to-day life. If you want to talk to me, join my Discord or email me. The information is in the description. The camera is just so powerful because I understand my problems very well because of it. It is also really comforting. I comfort myself through my problems by talking them out and then hearing myself out afterwards. I always get representation within my own head. I have created an emotional processing machine here because I just come to the camera with all of my worries and all of my problems and then speak out what's on my heart and then hear out what it is that I have to say. Sometimes it's nothing. Most of the time, I am working on a big problem that has lasted a very long time. But what does it take to create the self? My entertainment in life is myself. Most people are hooked on the entertainment of other people, but I dive deep within myself to entertain myself. I wouldn't want to be any other person. I am very happy that I turned out as me, and I would rather be no other person in this life other than me. So saying that, how bad really can my problems be? Sure, I might be bored, but I'm off in my own little world having philosophical journeys. Sure, sometimes it might be a week or two that I don't speak with anyone, but would I rather spend that time invested in small talk? I hate small talk. There are people out there that I could be hanging out with, but I chose to not have any friends that don't follow my work. I'm a tough person to be a friend with because you have to follow my work to see what's happening in my life. Most people keep their life private. I am glad I live a public life. Just documenting my life like this is good for me, but it's good for me in the long run too, because I can potentially make a friend out of doing it. So it's good for me just to document my thoughts independent of being a public person. But it's good that I'm a public person because I can potentially reach hearts that are out there. This may rarely land me a friend, but you never know unless you try. And there's nothing in this world that I could do that would increase my chances of me finding love other than publicly putting myself out there on YouTube. So I am doing the best thing for me, and I increase my chances of finding both friends and love by doing it, even if sometimes it does not appear that way. I got a beautiful dog, and she keeps me company. I love her very much. She's not 100% housebroken. She still poos on the floor a lot. But it's always in the same place. So that's something. I live an imperfect life. Since childhood, I have been refining my life more and more, trying to get it closer and closer to perfection. Over time, my life shapes up, and all of the areas that are in my control are perfect. But imperfection still remains, which is reliant on others. I can't paint this beautiful image by myself. I have already made my life perfect for me. I have already enabled the conditions necessary to make friends, and now I am just playing the waiting game to obtain them. Love is a whole nother story. It's a lot different asking for friends than it is asking for love. Because you are asking the other to devote themselves to you. I don't think most people in society truly knows what that means. Marriage is more than joining lives. It is joining souls. I am in the best situation considering my circumstances. I am in a much better situation than I was in 14 years ago. I have accomplished a lot since then. The time was not spent in vain. And at the end of each day, there's always another video to look forward to. And hopefully it reaches your eyes. I appreciate your attention span. Until next time, this is Wendell signing off. And Sophia.